Hey guys, welcome back to Angela, and on this topic I wanted to make a quick video. You know, it's something that I was thinking about, because when you're in a relationship with a narcissist and they're discarding you, first, you don't really know what's happening. Second, they start giving you sob stories about their life, family, their relationships with people. They try to relate to you and what you go through in your relationships with people, because at the end of the day, we all go through identical things, many identical things in different ways. And not to say that we all go through the same trauma, because some people just don't go through the type of trauma that others do, but they still deal with narcissists in their life, which to you could look at someone and say, oh, you know, that person has both of their parents, but you don't know that the mother is, you know, a narcissist, and she portrays herself as an empath because she feels like she's not capable of doing a lot of the things that the narcissist does. But she's such a liar that the lies that she tells, or the lies that she imposes on people that she looks at as white lies, end up being really big lies, and it ends up hurting a lot of people's feelings. You know, they get the stories mixed up, they add things in there, and it could just be just as traumatic to have a narcissistic mother who she showers you with love, but at the same time, she's not allowing you to grow up. She's not allowing you to be independent. She doesn't want to have certain conversations with you that are needed for you to be an adult. So you might have someone might have a narcissistic parent, you know, and that parent also wants you to choose between them and that other narcissistic parent who might be more verbally abusive. So you might look at different people and see, oh, they have a big house, oh, they have this, they have that, but you don't really know that person's life. You don't know that you got to experience more than that person. That person might have not even been never been in a committed relationship. Like, certain things, their parents might be super strict that they didn't even really get to experience certain things, or even heartbreak in the same way as you. So you might think, oh, their heartbreak is nothing compared to me, but in their heart it might be more devastating, even if you might have had more of a committed relationship with a narcissist for many years. So people just go through different things in different ways. But one thing that I've learned about narcissistic people, parents, all that shit, is that you got to expect the worst from them at the discard. That means don't expect them to leave you anything if you're inherited anything. Sometimes you'll start seeing people start doing really nasty things to get what they want. Others, you know, might feel like they're left with the stress of taking care of that narcissistic parent. Meanwhile, that narcissist, the golden child, or narcissistic sibling might feel like you're the narcissist, if anything, but they haven't contributed to anything ever. They've always lacked empathy. They never put themselves in their parents' shoes or in your shoes as a sibling. So there's many factors that you're going to see even from your own siblings, is that they'll sell you out. You know, they'll take it to another level. They'll put their hands on you and then play the victim. They'll call CPS to get your kids taken away. You don't know who's been calling. It could be your whole sibling. So you got to expect the worst. One thing I always learned about narcissists, especially when I dealt with the narcissist, that's what makes them the narcissist, is because they do things that a normal person wouldn't do at the end of the relationship, no matter how ugly or cheating, infidelity, whatever the case is. They do things where it's like they're gonna steal money from you. They're gonna try to destroy your life completely, destroy your relationships. They're gonna do certain things that a normal person wouldn't do. A normal person wouldn't see you suffering while they're with a new supply and still like hoover you and taunt you and try to get you to do certain things or sexual acts with them, or turn you into a secondary source of supply. And even with me, with the narcissist, in the end, it's like when you know that you know that there's another supply, you know, they keep gaslighting you, they start accusing you of things, they start being distant. It's like nothing that you do can make this person happy. You try to even buy their happiness. I've seen it. I've done it in ways where I'm like, well, maybe if I plan something romantic, maybe this person, their attitude would change. And it's like, no, they try to make the evening even worse. Like nothing that you do satisfies them. And it's not satisfying it's satisfying them because you know that the narcissist loves it when you almost glorify them, or you uplift them, or you view them, or you know that that's not normal for them not to feel validated. Like your validation no longer matters to them. So you realize something is up, and the narcissist will continue to gaslight you. If anything, they'll start love bombing you. The narcissist would send me flowers in the end. He started doing things that he normally wouldn't do on a typical day, just out of nowhere, just because. Here's some flowers just because type of thing. But it followed a discard, even if it was a discard for a couple of weeks. And you know that that's not normal, especially when you've been committed to someone for years. You're like, why do they keep coming back? Like, this shit is normal behavior. And at first, you would justify their actions, their mood swings, their anger. You would justify a lot of these things. But in the end, they start showing you who they are. I remember the narcissist having a conversation with a friend of his that they, you know, their childhood friend that they grew up with, that knew all of his siblings, his family. And I remember getting, you know, once that friend left, I'm thinking like, oh, this, you know, he got to hang out with his, you know, with the boys or whatever. And he just starts bad mouthing this person. And I was like, well, why did you say this to him? He said, oh, you thought I was serious? I was just playing. Like, I was just, like, it was just an act. And I was even convinced myself in that, because it's like, this is someone you've been knowing your whole life. It's someone who from the other side, I see that they aren't as a bad friend as you claim. Like, they do stuff for you and they're not obligated to do stuff for you. And when they're in a certain position, you're expecting them to pull you into that position that they're in. And the moment that they pull you in and help you out, they lose everything. And now they're upset, and you know they're upset, but you're like, I don't care, I didn't do anything. But you know you did something. When someone brings you into a business idea, you must have done something. You must have started flirting with the women at that business, or did something that their business partners were like, what, this is the person you said as not your friend, but they said they were relatives. Oh, that's my cousin. So this is your cousin? This is the type of people you're around? We don't want to do business with you. And now you're the fall person for these business. You've been the target from all these narcissists you've been working with. And now your cousin, your friend, the narcissist, they can't help you. If anything, they feel like, I'm gonna ignore you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, when you're around people that we're connected to, I'm gonna act like I don't mess with you like that until you apologize, because I know you better than anyone else. And I know that my family and my siblings and the way we grew up together, we're the closest thing to family and friendship that you have. So I'm gonna use this to manipulate you, you know. And these people won't know how harshly, sometimes they do know because they've had altercations with the narcissist, but they always think, oh, you know, that guy friend, yeah, we've had moments, our ups and downs, but we're brothers, we're locked in. You don't know that narcissist really don't feel the way you feel. And this is a given. A lot of narcissists talk to their women about even their guy friends, and then these guys will hang around each other, and none of them really mess with one another like that. You know, it's just a whole bunch of narcissists competing with one another and envying one another and don't want to see nobody do good. And then it's like anytime any business ideas are put into action, the narcissist ideas screw you. So always expect narcissist friend. They will in the edge friendship with feel like we're friends. They went their my way. The narcissist stalk your social media. They still stalk you through people. They still know, they figure out where you live. You know, if they know where you live, you better believe that if the narcissist feels like you got something, or they heard you got something, or they heard you bought this expensive chain, they're thinking, we're not friends anymore. I'm not obligated to be faithful to you. We're not friends anymore. I can hit on your girl. I can hit on your guy, on your husband or on your boyfriend. I can go after them. Because you got to expect the worst from these people. Like, no, when you're dealing with a narcissist, it don't stop. Like, they want to make sure that they make you feel it, that they make you feel pain. I remember the narcissist telling me, oh, now you know how I feel, the pain that I feel. He said, life is pain. That's what he said to me. Life is pain. So me, as you know, as I get older and I realize, like, life is pain. So why would you waste your time with people causing you harm? Why would you go after people, tormenting them, if you're in pain? What do you get out of that? The only thing you can really come up with is superficial stuff. So if superficial stuff is all it takes for you to claim that you're happy, then you're not really a happy person, because you're never going to have enough. Nothing is ever really going to be enough. So you got to expect the worst from these people. I remember a dude trying to scam someone, and he goes, well, that guy has a lot of money anyway. And to me, that mentality, you don't know how much money that person got. You don't know what that person been through. And it don't matter what's in their pocket. You're pocket checking them to validate the wrongdoing that you're about to do, and then the wrongdoing that you're doing, you don't feel like it's that bad, because in your mind that person is playing you. But business is business, and you can't tell somebody how much to charge you. You just got to go to somebody else. So the fact that you don't want to go to nobody else, and you're so stuck in trying to get this person and hit a lick so bad, you don't want to go and go find a better deal, that's letting everyone in this world know that you're just a scumbag. If you don't just want to go get a better option, a better deal, and you're expecting someone to give you what you want because you like their work, but you don't really want to pay them, then because you feel like it's too much, then go somewhere else. Don't sit there and play with people. And then when people, when they get crazy on you, now you're walking around telling sob stories to people, oh, this person didn't even do my hair right. This person didn't even do my nails right. They're ugly. This one's crooked. Oh, they cut me with the blade. Any fucking excuse to do some narcissistic shit. It does not stop. These people do not stop. If I would have known what I know now and I could go back, I would not fuck with this person. I would slap myself and say, why the fuck are you crying for this person? Why are you acting hysterical? Why are you, suicidal? Why are you ready to give up on life? Why are you ready to risk your life, your safety, your health for this person? This person is beneath you. This person is dumb. This person is wicked. This person is out of their fucking mind. This person ain't even in their right mind. They belong, you know, in a mental hospital with a straight jacket on. These people will do things. You can definitely expect the worst from a narcissistic person. You can expect the worst from these people. And you know, it doesn't stop. I always tell you guys, I got pregnant, I had a miscarriage. The narcissist said, no, you know, thank God the baby died. But before, when he discarded me during my pregnancy, he hoovered me and he told me, hey, do you need anything for the baby? A stroller, car seat? Let me know what you need. You don't need to tell me what do I need unless you feel like I already bought certain things, but you should already be buying those things. You should be here. You should be here. But I stressed myself out so much that I lost my baby. And when he came back, he made it seem like what I went through, the physical pain that I went through for nearly 12 hours of labor, everything that I went through, the pain, the death, you know, those first couple of months, he made it worse, calling me names, saying bad things about our child. Oh, you would have never been a good mother. The craziest things, right? And I remember feeling like nobody knows what I'm going through. Nobody knows what the nasty things this person has said to me. It wouldn't matter if I told people what happened to me because it already happened. And I felt like dying. And the narcissist would not stop. And the next thing you know, they would, oh, I'm sorry. It hurt me too what happened. It hurt me too. But what am I supposed to do? Life goes on. And just very cold, right? And then next thing you know, now they're sending me nudes of the new supply laying in the bed naked. Now they're taking it to another level while I'm already down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, how could you do this after what I went through? Oh, that already happened. You're still talking about the damn baby. It already happened, right? Then I'm thinking, well, maybe he's doing all this with this new supply because he doesn't want to be intimate with me because of what I just went through, and I wouldn't want to get intimate anyway because I wasn't in the mood for that. I was going through a lot of shit. But you know, the narcissists, they don't really care about that. They might use you and feel like, oh, I'm gonna use you because I'm a sexaholic, you know. But I'm over here with this new supply. The confusion that I was going through of them leaving, I concluded it to my experience of what I was experiencing and my body changes and having breast milk and no baby around, you know, the depression I was going through. So they're throwing this person in my face. Then they're telling me, I don't know why I did that. That was stupid of me. I took a loss. I took a big loss. You don't deserve that. Shed tears for me. This person shed tears, but the tears were never for me. They were for the new supply. And I couldn't fucking believe it. You're crying. I looked at him, right? He had that look of pain that the empath has. I looked at his eyes. I looked at his face. I said, he's in pain the same way that I'm in pain. The difference is he's not in pain for me. He's in pain for the new supply. And I said it out loud. I said, are you crying for someone else? In his eyes, you could see the lie. And he said, see, this is why I can't talk to you about nothing. And he turned away and he made it about me, but he knew what he was doing. He knew that half the time, because I always expect, you start expecting the worst out of this person, and you start to realize that a lot of the stories, a lot of the things that they tell you are half stories. A lot of times when they're talking about their coworkers or friends, people, things like that, you realize they were actually talking about themselves. You know, when oh, you know, I told my friend that girl's not worth it. She's like for the streets, right? Let's just give an example. The narcissist will tell you about someone, oh, I told my friend that's not a good woman for him, and she was doing this and she was doing that, and you might tell him, yeah, she's using him, right? You might tell the narcissist, yeah, she's using him. Right there and then, the narcissist is mad because they're talking about themselves, and then you're wondering what's going on with this person, because now you're expecting the worst and you're putting it all together and you're like, oh, this motherfucker is talking about themselves. They might even say, you don't even know what you're talking about. I don't think that's what it is. I think that, you know, because he be doing stuff too, and this and that. You don't really know the whole thing. I know him. You don't know him. I know him. Because they're talking about themselves. When I say expect the worst from these people, don't expect accountability. If anything, they think it's your fault. If anything, they're going to say you're the narcissist. If anything, they're going to say you were insecure, you were bothering them, you didn't focus on your own life. They're going to say all these negative things about you. But the truth of the matter is that you lost. Your loss was their gain. They might say, you didn't do anything for me. The time, the energy, everything you did for them was supply, and they're not going to admit to that. They're going to say, what did I get from you? You don't have anything. You're, oh, because I lived with you. I could have lived with anybody. I could have lived with my parents, right? And it's not just that. It's they knew better. Sometimes they're older than you. They've had other relationships, marriages. They preyed on you. So you'll say, how would you feel someone do that to your daughter? Don't bring up my fucking daughter. Don't bring up my fucking daughter. Well, motherfucker, you're way older than me. I'm nearly could be your daughter. Or I'm nearly close enough to your daughters. I'm closer. I'm right in between. Your daughter will be my age soon. Because the time goes by super fast. They'll say, don't bring up my kids. Now they're going to bash you to other people and say, this person brought up my kid. I don't play about my kids. I don't play when people talk about my kids. They're not going to understand the principles, the principality of respecting one another, because you want to be respected. You want your family to be respected. You don't want karma falling down on you, your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You want to set a good example for your children so that they can know how to be treated, right? Not seeing their parents or their mother or father with different people all the damn time. And this is why a lot of times narcissists will they understand that. So sometimes they'll keep their children from you. Sometimes they'll be limited. There'll be limitations no matter how many years you've been together. Sometimes they ghost their exes, their children, on purpose to cause pain. And it's not, in their mind, they don't feel like, oh, I'm causing pain or I'm disconnecting. To them, it's, I'm gonna be right back because I can't allow this person that I've been with to know that I'm still trying to get back with you, or I bash you to this person, but the truth is you left me because I'm a scumbag and I'm kind of really want to go home, but I crossed lines that I shouldn't. So my only way, because I know you won't take me back, I need to make you mad. I have to upset you. I'll promise to watch the kids and I'll take it back. I'll tell you I'm going to give you money for the kids' school or whatever. I'll take it back. Or I'll tell you to go tell their stepdad. And then later on, if the kid is like, oh, my stepdad is giving me rules, now the narcissist is like, your stepdad, I'm going to beat him up. I'm going to tell him, I'm still your dad. Now they come through confusing the children, playing games, or gaslighting everybody. You got to expect the worst from these people. This is why certain people, they have children with these people and they just disappear. They don't even talk to the narcissist. They don't want nothing to do with them. And then the narcissist, now they have a new story. You took off. You went to go to another state. They have sob stories. But the truth of the matter is that they're not responsible. They only think about themselves. They're not thinking about their children. They're going to complain if anything is demanded from them. They're gonna say, oh, I wish I didn't have kids. So they're always going to be going in different cycles. And because of this, they're going to say, you don't know the pain that I fucking feel. You don't understand. You're not in my situation. If you're a woman and you don't have children, or you're a woman and have children, guess what? They're going to take it out on you. If you don't have children, they're going to take it out double on you because they're mad as fuck. They're going to try to ruin your life, might even try to get you pregnant and do the same thing they did to the other person. Or if you have children, they're going to exploit you. You got to be careful. They're predators. Some of them are perverts. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think that they are, but they are. Some of them are on the down low. It's all kind of shit. And then you're wondering, why are they screaming at me talking about, you don't know who the hell I am. You don't know what I'm going through. See, the narcissist can say that they understand what they've done. They can say that, oh, I don't really connect to people's emotions because I'm so caught up in my own emotions. And it sounds good. And they might say, I've never been able to really commit to people the way they want to. That's why I always kind of leave. And if you're listening to these people, it sounds like someone who is remorseful or someone who's taking the steps to change. But the truth of the matter is that they're letting you know that they know that they're disconnected. And the truth of the matter is that they're not telling you the diabolical things. None of these channels, guess what? None of them are going into detail, telling you what they've really done to people. They can say, oh yeah, you know, I was with this person, I was unhappy, I couldn't pay the bills, I felt like I was in shit, so I took it out on them, whatever the case is. They're not telling you that they were sabotaging that person. Look, at the end of the day, when you leave, the reason you know that these people, to always expect the worst from them, because you understand that even with you being in pain, you're not getting off on going to get into another relationship and exploiting that person. And you know that you couldn't live with yourself dragging someone for months and years just to get with someone else and throw it in their face and make them seem like they're crazy. You know you can't drag that shit out. You know, some people will play you, right? But they're not going to drag that shit on for months, weeks, they're just going to do it right away and just get on. You know what I'm saying? A narcissist isn't. As long as they can keep getting supply, they'll keep deceiving you. This is what the narcissist will try to almost make themselves seem relatable and like, oh, that's just what men do type of thing. But that's not the truth. Yes, a lot of men, they might have cheated, they might have done things, but they got to see what it feels like to be hurt and hurting someone, and they understood the assignment, and they decided to grow the fuck up and understand relationships as a whole, right? The narcissist isn't like that. They don't care whether it's positive or negative, if the relationship is positive or negative, because they're only there for supply, meaning that they could be with they don't care if they're with another Jezebel spirit, because at the end of the day, they're going to exploit that person too. They're going to rob that person clean house before they leave. And this is another thing. After going through everything I went through with the narcissist, I had already went through so much with them, but what really fucked me up was when they stole from me. So right before they left, I caught them like right next to my wallet. And I'm talking about, I'm with this person for a whole decade. They never stole from me, never did anything. On top of me losing a baby, they stole from me. And then on top of that, they send me pictures of the new supply nude. And then months passed, they called, I just want to check in, how you doing? I'm sorry, trying to make it seem like everything, you know. And then by the end of that conversation, they're asking for sexual acts, trying to make me the secondary source. They're asking me, oh, I'm willing to pay you. And now you get to see who the narcissist is as a whole. So they will tell you, I can't connect to people. Yeah, I've hurt people. I'm working on myself or whatever. But if they have an opportunity to fuck over someone, and as an empath, you have an opportunity to fuck over people all the time. You just choose not to. So that lets you know right there and then that if the opportunity comes, the narcissist will take it. Don't let them fool you and make you think that they won't take that opportunity, because they will. You're giving them fuel. You're making them seem like they're normal people. These are not normal people. When they tell you these things, you have to really think about it. That means they're willing to sell anybody out. That means that they're for themselves. That means that they're warning you, hey, if you reach out to me, if you already know what comes with me, because this is my disorder. And if you think, oh, I'm a narcissist too, because you got a lot of the young people, they think it's cool to be a narcissist, or like they're trying, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe it's just a narcissistic culture. But some of the stuff that I see, it's almost like pathetic. It's like some of these people, I almost feel like they're trying to perpetrate what a narcissist is. And they might even enjoy calling themselves a psychopath and all these things. But when they get fucked over, and I'm talking about really fucked over, they get somebody steal from you and take from you and do something to your family and robs your family, steals your daddy's watch and does something. And you're like, I don't know who did it. I don't know. Everyone's questioning, and you're still in the clouds thinking, oh, this person's a narcissist like me, they're materialistic like me. You probably don't know the extensity of narcissism, because this isn't just someone who's like sarcastic and you know how some comedians tell jokes while telling the truth. This isn't someone just joking with you and playing with you and putting themselves in a position where they're behaving like they're superficial. This is someone that is going to end up destroying you in the end. They're going to end up destroying you, or they're going to send other people to finish you off, because you have to expect the worst from them every time. You really can't trust most people. Trust should always be earned. I always say that. It should be earned, because some people will earn your trust, but it's going to take seconds for them to burn that trust, and you have to be prepared for that. So I hope that this message on, you have to expect the worst from the narcissist helps, because I know during my cycles of being with the narcissist, and the beginning stages, the middle stages, all throughout the relationship, when I think about people that might still be dealing with these type of people, or people who are still going back and forth with them, every time you get with them, it gets worse. And you might say, oh, I'm not you. And